want to create their own business, right? Especially women, I believe they just need to find a courage, they need to find a motivation. And it's not scary to go against the system, right?
I think it is. I think
a little bit. Yeah,
it is scary. I think it depends. We are two very independent personas in general, and we're very strong. But I feel like having seen so many examples from like friends, acquaintances, it's very difficult for them to be like, I want my own job. I don't want to get married. Because there's this stigma with Middle Eastern culture in general that by 25 you're already, you have to get married. You are done with your university or degree. You have to get married, have kids, and take care of a husband and children. And I feel like most women in these situations, they don't have the courage to be like, mom, dad, I don't want to get married. I want to create my own empire. I don't feel like I'm ready to get married to a person that you may want me to get married to. Maybe I don't want children. Maybe I don't even think that I'm old, enough to get into a family and have my own family. I feel like I have so much more to give to life and to experience and to create, business-wise especially, that I wouldn't see myself with children right now. But I feel like in conservative, like Middle Eastern families, that would be like, what do you want to do? What is out there more than having a family? There shouldn't be anything more. And I think that's where our will as an independent woman or being comes in, and we have to choose that, no matter what the risks are, no matter what the challenges are, if you're not ready for a relationship, being married, or and you want to do your own thing, you have to face the challenges, take the risks, and follow your heart. Because down the way, you'll be left with that family, which you may or may not be happy with, and then you will regret it your whole life. Exactly. Why didn't I take that step before I got into all this, before I'm 20 years down the road? I feel it's very important that we women, especially that we know how it is within this culture, we have to speak up more, and we have to not let other men, because it's usually by men, influenced by their opinions, lead our way on how we have to live our life. And it's not easy, maybe it would have been easier for both of us to find a rich guy, because that's how it is, isn't it? In Middle Eastern, you have to find a richer guy than your family, get married and have some children, and then you lose yourself.
Exactly. For example, I wouldn't want to be in the position where after 25 or 30 years of being with my husband together and already have kids, and then one day wake up in the morning and like, what am I doing with my life? I haven't achieved everything. Some people don't even get a degree and they get married right away. Yes, probably some people, they have values in terms of family values. I do have family values as well, and I would love one day to have a family. Don't get me wrong, saying we are not bringing out feminism or like the strong male hate or anything like that. I'm still up to, and Humaira as well, I believe we are for being feminine and still have a family, still have children, but with that person, with the right person, not the one that you had to get married with. The most important is had to, because you still, for example, if you get married when you are like 20 or 19, you still don't know yourself. You don't know what you can do and what you can't do in this world, so you still didn't find yourself, and you're already jumping into the relationship with a person, and yes, you both will grow. And of course, I think that every single woman that you ask now that got married very early, they really regret taking that step, because they haven't seen anything in life, haven't lived their life fully. I've known some girls that really wanted to do their business. They received a business degree and just couldn't do it because of that perception that they had of getting married as soon as possible and the pressure from the family. But what I want to say is that don't be afraid to take that path and to take that road. You have 2 hands, 2 legs,
Exactly.
brain, looks, everything. It's like, don't stick to your mindset that has been created from the childhood because you can break it easily.
Yeah.
But what you can't take back is life that you didn't live, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I believe, it's spiritually talking, we're awakening from the age of maybe 25. I would say 23. It's the time where I feel like I personally, and I've heard many people, they start awakening. And what does that mean? You rediscover who you truly are. And if you get into a marriage before 25, 26, you don't know who you are. And you might grow together and be a good match, or you won't.
Yes.
And then what do? Being in a Middle Eastern family, you want, like, divorce is not even a thing. Personally, I'm all for divorce if you're not happy. But divorce is not a thing, especially when you're young and there is so much social pressure for you that you have to do this and you have to do that while you don't even know who you are. Like, why get into that? Take the risk while you are young and you have nothing to lose. What do you have to lose? Oh, your family might not finance you anymore. Still, you have, as you said, you have a brain, you have 2 hands, you have 2 legs, you can go to work, But at the end of the day, when you get where you want, you'll be like, I did it all by myself. I did it all because, I listened to my gut feeling. Rather than getting old and hating the life you're having. And then creating, frustration within your husband, with your children, and because you are actually frustrated that you couldn't see or live the life when you are going to grow up and rediscover yourself, if you marry earlier, that you actually wanted.
Yes. And also what I want to add, the last thing about this topic is, if you're getting married pretty early and you still don't know yourself, what values can you bring to your children? If you're not happy with your marriage, what love can you show to your children?
Exactly, it's very important.
Yes, so think about that. If you are up to more family values rather than building a career or business, and if you get married, like, what do you have to bring to your kids? Which is really important. You don't want your children to not know what love is, or know what it is by following an example of you not being happy in the marriage or something like that. So we are coming to a topic of spirituality and motivation, affirmations, and what to do in order to stay motivated with to stay just motivated every single day, and do what you love, because sometimes no doubt we have days when we feel down and not motivated to do things that we wanted. So as long as I know you've been into spirituality journey for the last 3 years, it would be great if you can share with us your journey, and probably give some tips how to get out of the mood when you are not feeling it anymore.
So I'd like to start with 3 years ago. I graduated, was done with my first degree in business, and then I was like, now what? I can't see myself working from 9 to 5 for a company that doesn't share the same values, that is not something that I'm looking forward to working for, and I don't want to burn out in the end. And I think that's when my spiritual journey started. Everything was changing. I was not the person I was anymore. And as I said earlier, I think at about 23, that's when you start identifying who you truly are, or rediscovering who you truly are. And it was a tough one because I was in depression, because it was overwhelming. That everything I liked, every hobby, everything, totally everything has changed overnight. And it was truly overwhelming because I was thinking, what's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? And then I started investing in mindfulness books, webinars, courses, and then I stumbled across some people that were talking about energy, and that's when I started digging more into it. And that's where the hard work started, because we all have that phase in our lives. We want to look at it or not. And for me, what helped me was definitely meditation, affirmations, positive affirmations. It's like, because you need to rewire your unconscious mind. And if you're feeling down, it means that there's something either that is unhealed in you, or something that is triggering a wound inside of you, or you're not on the path that you need to be. For me, it was all three. And definitely, so positive affirmations have helped a lot. Understanding where all the fears, where everything comes from, spending time alone again, has helped a lot, because I would do so much research. I would stay so much with myself, and through meditation I started getting answers, what I want, who am I becoming, who I truly am. And honestly, as if it was when you go on a date and you start rediscovering that person more and more every day. That was exactly how I was feeling. And yeah, definitely the things that helped me, and I feel it helps every person when they're feeling down or not motivated. I mean, I still have those days, and I think everyone still has those days, because it's normal. It's part of the process. It's part of this human experience. But you have to realize, why are you scared? Why are you feeling down? Maybe you're just tired, and then you need to give yourself that time. Maybe you need just more self-love, and then you need to give yourself that. Maybe you need to be accepting of where you are now and where you want to be heading. And what can you do to get there? If it's your passion, I'm sure your intuition, life will guide you. But if you stay in the way of passion and what you're really meant to do, then nothing will work out. Everything will feel like, oh my God, what am I doing? I feel burned out, I feel frustrated, I feel unhappy. So it's very important to check on with yourself, and realize if it's something within you, or is it something in your environment that needs changing, or is it just that you need some time to yourself to relax and rejuvenate. So yeah, positive affirmation, meditation, activity, as in working out, helps a lot. Because you release endorphins and you become happier, but also because you start connecting with your body while you work out. So your mind becomes clearer. It helps a lot. I can't stress this enough. When people would tell me work out, be like, yeah, shit, as if it would help. But it does. It truly does. And reading self-help books, honestly, because we don't know all the answers, and there's always something that you need to learn about maybe healing or law of attraction, or how we are this marvelous divine beings that are actually here to create their own lives. And allow yourself to feel. If you feel down, allow yourself to feel it, and then just allow yourself, give yourself that time, that love, that acceptance. Start accepting why you are there, what's in it that you are needing to learn from that experience, and how you can move forward, and what it has taught you, so that you do or do not do in the future. And then just work on yourself. I've heard from a friend that she was saying, to get over a heartbreak, but it's not necessarily just heartbreak. To get over anything that you're not happy with, change your habits. And it's so true. Like, go out, spend time with friends that get you, that don't judge you. It's very important. When you're down, you don't need that kind of people. You don't need that kind of people anyway in your life.
True.
But especially then, you don't need them. And do those positive affirmations. Praying helps a lot. You need to change your energy, because as long as we stay in that low vibrational energy, we will get so comfortable that it's very difficult to get out of that misery. So it's very important to allow yourself, accept the lessons, accept the reality, and work on building up your confidence from within.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, and I think that the biggest fear that humanity has, and people in general, I mean, they are scared to look within themselves.
Yes.
And as you said, being on your own is absolutely fine.
Yes.
It's actually helping out you more, rather than you will surround yourself with people that shouldn't be there, because unless you will understand yourself and look within yourself and understand where the feeling of depression or self-confidence, low confidence coming from, that's when you will start attracting the right people. And that's when you will actually understand how to change your life, what to do. And you're right, you also need to do some exercises every single day to step out of your comfort zone, definitely, because you can't hang on the corner and stay the same all your life. And you know, the mental health practitioners, they say, okay, if you have a depression, they're where it's coming from, right? So when you go to a practitioner, they will tell you that, and they will try to find the root of the problem, because every mental health issue comes from within.
Exactly.
It's a mental state that you have chosen yourself to go with.
Exactly.
And yeah, I mean, I have been through depression myself as well, and I didn't like it, if I'm gonna be honest.
It sucks.
It's something, it's a negative state that soaks you in.
Yeah.
And you just stay there and you feel down. And one day I just woke up and I said to myself that I can't do this anymore, because my life is not going anywhere and I'm wasting my time. I watched that amazing video by Jay-Z. He was saying about how you should change your perspective in life and basically surround yourself with people, no matter where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Jay-Z is coming from the bottom, and he made it not just because of his talent, but mostly of his talent, but just because of he wasn't happy with where he was at that point. And everyone has a choice, and everyone has a choice to change their life into something better. It's just a matter of pushing yourself. No one will push you. And I absolutely agree. Like, for example, I do affirmations and visualization tasks.
Visualization.
Yes. So every time I go to bed, I calm myself, you know, take a deep breaths in, and then start imagining my life, how it will be, which gives me such a great feeling or such a great confidence. I start to, when I meditate, I also come back to the situation where I feel like I'm there for me, and just bring back myself to the reality, to understand probably if I'm stuck somewhere, to understand where that's coming from, what has triggered me, what has clicked in me that made myself feel that way. Guys, so we talked a lot about today, and yeah, we definitely should not forget about our mental well-being, and that we need to take care of ourselves. And definitely was such a great story today to hear from Homaira, her journey, her spiritual journey, and how she's transforming her dreams into the reality. I think it's fascinating, and it's a great learning story for you guys out there if you want to step on the spiritual journey or to open your own business. I believe I hope it was useful information for you guys, and thank you so much, Humaira, for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Glad that you shared with us today your story, which is really important. Not everyone are able to share their stories, so thank you so much.
I thank you, honestly. It's been a pleasure.
And guys, thank you so much for staying with us for all the period of this video. And if you like that video and if you would like to see more of that type of videos, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hopefully see you guys soon. Bye bye.